Hi there. Okay, so today I'm about to have a meeting with this chap, Bankol and Niwowski. Okay, he's got an interesting about section, and I've got to connect to this meeting in 1 minute, so I'm going to try and work out how to do that. I'm not really prepared and a little bit fluey today. I thought that was over, but it seems not 100%. Now let's try and hook into the Zoom. Right, so now what's going on here? Okay, well, the meeting's not for another minute, so may not actually open until then. But I haven't used Zoom for a while. Uh-huh. Okay. So let's do a bit of research. I really should have prepped for this more, but so much to do. Indeed, that should be one of the themes. Okay. Okay, well that's not helping. Once you installed Zoom client, click launch meeting below. Okay, well, this ironically is a meeting about technology, and ironically, I don't know how to work Zoom, and ironically, it's not particularly good because you should click that and it should work, and they should at least get the favicon sorted. Okay, let's look at alternate instructions. Let's just write back. Hi there. Yeah, I'm dyslexic, by the way, so I can't spell anything. Totally rely on the spell check to make me look like I'm not a moron. Okay, signature, send. Ah, this looks good. Hello.
Hello, hi Nick.
Hey,
Good
how you
afternoon.
doing? I'm really
I'm fine,
not
thanks.
completely sure how to pronounce. Is it Banco?
That is correct. It is back home.
Cool. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Would you be joining me over Zoom, or do you want us to do
I'm
it over Teams?
trying to. I haven't used Zoom for ages, to be quite honest with you, and I know it's ironic because this is the meeting about technology. But anyway, it says launch
Yeah,
meeting. I'm clicking launch meeting, and it's just not doing it.
that's strange.
It might have been because I tried to join 1 minute before, so I'm gonna reopen it.
Hmm.
Click open Zoom messages. Click launch meeting below. re-download the client again, but so you have a nice weekend?
Yeah, I did. Can't complain.
What'd you
really
do?
Spent it with the family, and I've got two kids. I've got a boy and a girl, so
What ages?
always full on.
Yeah, no. I have some experience there myself. How old are they?
I'm 36.
Sorry, your kids. How old are your kids?
Oh, my kids. My daughter's 5 years old, and my boy's 2.
Okay, that's good ages. Good ages. But the
Well,
2-year-old's probably just going through the terrible twos.
Yep, absolutely. Throwing stuff around, constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
What about you? Have you got any kids or?
we're seeming to get somewhere. Okay, hang on.
Yep. It's connected.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's connected.
Okay, I'm going to close the phone down because we're.
Let's do it.
Okay. Hey, how you doing? So my back is completely not working at the moment, so I'm having to lay down.
No problem. It's absolutely fine. No problem. Well, thank you so much for joining in, Nick. And as I mentioned, my name is Ben Cole. I'm one of the regional head of growth at Grantify, and it's my job to help you assess, whether the project that you're hoping to develop is indeed eligible for the Innovate UK Smart Grant. Okay.
Innovate UK Smart Grant. Okay.
This is offering millions to companies carrying out disruptive innovation. Okay. Now, just so you're aware as well,
Yep.
the goal is simply for me to understand your project, but to let you know about the grant options that might be available to you. Okay.
Yeah.
This will be a maximum of 30 minutes because I do have another call straight afterwards.
Okay.
But then after the call, I will send you an email summary of everything that we go through nevertheless. Cool?
Okay, cool.
All right, so to kick things off,
Yeah, you go.
why don't you tell me more about your project and the problem that you're solving with it as well? And I'll be taking some notes on my end. Okay?
Okay, so the unfortunate thing is you're marketing and not technology. So if I was to say to you the words AGI, you wouldn't necessarily understand what I meant. Okay, I just in preparation for this meeting quickly re-sketched out the about part of my LinkedIn, and maybe if I read it, that would make some sense.
Yeah, please.
Okay, let me just find the file.
No worries.
Okay, so yeah, it's a little bit ballsy, but okay, let me start with a clarification. S-World AGI, the 10 technologies, are as if it were AGI. In that, if China saw the financial and beneficial power of S-World AGI, they would assume that someone had beaten them to artificial general intelligence. And I haven't written it down, but that's basically what they describe in like films like The Terminator.
Okay.
Okay, it's when machines are as smart as humans or smarter.
Okay.
Okay, so the text continues. The first the macroeconomic technologies, T7, T8, and T9. I have chosen to especially highlight the words financial and beneficial as they were the two key words in the most popular book on AGI, Tegmark's Life 3.0. He's a MIT grad, and certainly if you look on all Google, etc., that's the first book you'll come to. Financially, so getting back to where I was, financial due to the growth technology 7, SOS, and there's a little equation, SOS, and then there's 2021 because that was the year it was written. The city must make more or the same as e-leakage. Increased growth by 32x. That's 3,200%. See nickrayball.com/1039 trillion basic.php. But note that in August 22, the inflation problem with advanced economics was solved. So now that 1032 trillion basic is very low, is a very low estimate of its financial capacity between now and 2080. So that's the financial side of things. And without it, there will be no money to do beneficial. Beneficial is truly realised in T8. Sorry, T8 is technology 8. They're always T because it's easier to say. Which go by the name 64 Reasons Why and Net Zero DCA. That's Dynamic Comparative Advantage Software. See www.angeltheory.org for early research. In T9, that's moving to the next one, Grand Spin Network countries are networked, and in developing economies, cities/metropolises would be created. Next, the microeconomic technologies, T1, T2, T3 and T4. In terms of execution, bringing T10T to the market, I have now made a complete circle of return to T1 S-Web, everything online, T2 Total Business Systems, T3 Networks Distribution, and T4 S-World Film. A significant and simple presentation is being prepared for these technologies on sweb.org. Two technologies that connect the macro and micro worlds, T5 and T6. T5 S-World VSN, Virtual Social and Business Network, and T6 S-World UCS, the gamification of the network, and future simulations connect the micro and macro, and are being written into the S-Web plan mentioned above, and are already detailed in the macro plans / books. Just by the way, there are 10 series of books on this, about 3.5, maybe 4 million words. Just continuing with the text. Lastly, the combinatorial AI. T10, S-World Angel Wing, is the combinatorial explosion of the lower 9 technologies that create as if it were AGI. And then it just ends with Nick Ray-Ball, S-World AGI, the 10 technologies, S-Web, and one of the companies that is a real world example of technologies 1, 2, 3 and 4, capevillas.com, started in 2000. And here are some of the main S-World websites: sworld.org, sweb.org, the10technologies.com, and here are some websites created along the way: capevillas.com, americanbutterfly.org, angeltheory.org, supereconomics AI. There is much data and research, but most are on websites that require a login and password for access. The best site for general presentation is nickrayball.com. Phew. I'm trying to get you back on picture. There you are. Hey, so there you go. There's a little. Okay, now you go.
Okay, fantastic. So if you can tell me exactly, what problem you would say you're solving with this.
Well, it really depends on which specific technology you go for, and which combinations of them.
Okay.
Do you want to talk macro or micro?
Okay, so the reason I'm asking you that is because with the Innovate UK Smart Grant, the max you can apply for is £500,000 in project cost, right? But it's 70% match funded, okay? Which means you would actually realize £350,000. Now that £350,000 can only be spent on R&D, right? Okay. So for the next phase of your R&D, what's your, this next phase that you need grant funding for? What can you spend 350 on? In terms of all.
Okay. Well, 350 in research. That's not hiring PHP programmers and the likes. That is doing research, i.e., with economists and mathematicians and physicists, that sort of thing. Or can you hire PHP programmers?
Yes, you can definitely hire PHP programmers, definitely.
Okay, so. Well, put it this way: technology 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 would do amazingly well with just some PHP programmers. PHP MySQL. I haven't got into the more sexy Python, etc. PHP is a lot easier because there's billions of people who can program it, whereas the other ones So yeah, that would help there a lot. Certainly going up above those, because Technologies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all living, working in the real world, making money. Technologies above that, 7, 8, and 9, I could really do with hiring some economists to go over the economic theories in Technology 7. Yeah, Technologies 8 and 9 really do depend on Technology 7. So yeah, Technology 7 S-Res I could really do with some academic people giving their time, which will only be available if you pay for it, because believe me, sending stuff to the top universities doesn't get you anywhere. I've been sending S-Res out since 2018 to Oxford because they're supposed to be the best at economics. I earlier sent the original version, American Butterfly, The Theory of Every Business, and its 2 theoretical physics extensions to Cambridge Department of Applied Mathematics and Theoretical Physics.
Yeah.
You don't get anywhere. It's like the gatekeepers at the universities and the staffs. Well, I don't think the staff ever get to. The gatekeepers are just. You just can't get past the university firewall, and it's crazy because Britain needs a lot. And Britain's not going to get anywhere if the best universities are completely ignoring the best talent that has solid theory. I mean, we're going back CapeVillas.com, which really showcases Technologies 1, 2, 3, and 4, was my company. I made it in 2000. I lived in Cape Town for 10 years. It was extremely well known. And we had famous people, George Michael, etc., etc., etc. In 2011, there was a problem because I actually lost my daughter, and a psychiatrist recommended an antidepressant.
Yeah.
And when I came to England the year afterwards to redo that antidepressant, I had to see a UK psychiatrist, and a UK psychiatrist are completely different to private health in Cape Town. And they got things badly wrong and completely wiped me out with just increasing the antidepressants to the point where I couldn't function until I quit them all August. And since then, I've got Cape Villas back online. I've found my ex-staff conspiring, etc., etc., etc. They've opened a company called capevillas.co.za. It's crazy. With capevillas.com, you worked for me for 15 years. Everybody knows it. La-di-da, la-di-da. Anyway, the experience in the UK did give me 11 years to do theoretical work and research. Hence, I've taken basically the microeconomics from what I wanted from the software I was designing for capevillas.com, and I made it all sound a little boastful, and you might think, no, he couldn't have done that. But have you ever seen Google Street View?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I created basically what they didn't copy it, probably. But I created that in 2001, and that's what Cape Villas was originally. It was a virtual tour that I used on a villa website that I happened to buy called capevillas.com, and it did really well. Clients came, etc., etc. In 2005, I created a client CMS. That's a system they can use to log in, and the owners could book out the villas, etc., etc. And it's not too dissimilar to what Airbnb use now. Well, certainly used, when they first started, put it that way. So I was going really strong in Cape Town. In 2009, we did 22,000 copies of Cape Villas magazine with Condé Nast Traveller. So it was really flying. But from Cape Town, it was impossible to get to the companies I wanted to get to, which were Facebook and Google. So I came back to England, hoping to make those connections. I met with my MP, who I thought would be useful, but actually wasn't that useful. But that maybe because my theory then was for Europe and Greece, not the UK. And he was one of the Brexit people. So he was very anti. So I'm not sure of that or if it was just completely over his head. 11 years later, I've got both the business insights for the technology I wanted to build for Cape Villas, so as everybody who followed my path in SMEs would not make the same mistake. So that's the problem it would solve. Every business you can possibly imagine has microeconomics working within it, and there's 100,000 things that they got to get right, and there's 100 things that they got to get right, and they certainly got to get the finances right. You need all of that as one system, not loads and loads and loads of different systems, because there's a law of diminishing returns of using too many different pieces of software from different companies. They just don't work together. There's conflicts all over the place. So you have to build it all as one system. So that's the technology design for the lower technologies. Since 2011, I've really focused on macroeconomics and taking that as an economic system. Had a breakthrough in, well, actually, I came up with it in 2012, realized it in 2017, and really focused on it between 2018 and just August this year. And that's Technology 7 SOS. And that is, in essence, it's a growth system. I thought it was a way to increase the money supply, but it's more like fractional reserve banking. It increases the velocity of money, but in a way that is, sure, monopolistic, but is devastatingly efficient. But we're talking, whilst it would be a hugely expensive project to do in the real world, the research to get there and to get funding from other places, Silicon Valley in particular, could be done from the sort of money you're talking about. You know, hiring the economists there, hiring the people, you know, that sort of money could really, you know, I mean, it's not a huge amount of money, you know, but it would be enough, probably. Okay, so you must have more questions, and
yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, first of all, for sharing all
we
that.
got 9 minutes.
Yep. So I understand exactly what you're building, the substantial problem that you're solving with it. Now, just in terms of your team now, will you be able to mention a CFO, a CTO, and a project manager when you're making the application itself? Because those are the vital roles that the judges look for. CTO.
Sorry, I'm sorry to laugh, but the combined salaries of those are a lot more than 350,000.
No, you don't have to have them in your, you know, on your payroll to win the grant. All they look for is, you know, have you
a reference?
Who they will be, and then once you've won the grant, you can bring them in, right? It's just about, what they don't want is a situation where you win the grant and then you're scrambling to get a team in place. So a CTO, CFO, and a project manager are the major ones that they look for. Okay, right?
Project management. I have a technology called, well, it's Technology 2, Total Business Systems. I have a system that is called the Company Controller, and a subsystem of that, OKRs, which is the system that Google use and Microsoft use. Objectives and key results. That is by far, in my opinion, I haven't actually seen what Google's is, but I've read the book by John Doerr about it. And I'm pretty certain my system is vastly superior to theirs.
Fantastic.
So that's that project management sorted. I've got videos on it on my YouTube channel, YouTube at Nick Ray Ball. There's 5 videos on it so far. And you just look at it, you go, whoa, this is seriously efficient project management software. Okay, so that's that dealt with. Yeah, you know, financial sides of things. I've hired a lot of accountants and financial managers over the years, and they have always messed up big time. For between 2000 and 2009, not a single financial manager that I hired, including one that was previously at a company that was 10 times bigger than us in terms of finance, not one single month-end report did I receive showing profit and loss for the month. I didn't know to ask for it because I just didn't know. I was a music guy who was good at programming, who went to South Africa, had a virtual tour, So the financial side of things, I mean, even there, when I hired an accountant in the UK, they got the systems wrong, and that caused all sorts of mess ups. The financial people generally mess things up. I would prefer to do it myself because I know from vast experience what to do now. But certainly, I will have financial people who can look in, who I can find on the LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah. So most of our clients who use the accountants to play the CFO role as well. So that's fine if you can fill those three core roles.
Okay, so what was the third one? The
CEO, CFO, and a project manager.
Okay, so, project managers. That's the OKR system.
Yeah.
I would really handle the money because I tell you, anybody who wouldn't handle their own money at this level is an idiot.
Yeah.
Who was the third one? I understand it's a box you've got to tick off, and we can work around that.
So CTO, CFO, project manager.
Well, obviously the chief technical officer is me.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is a one-man show. I've got a PHP guy in India who's been giving me his time for free since I couldn't afford to hire him anymore. He helps me out every weekend, and we're getting on good. But I am really much... He does the PHP side of things. I do the HTML and all the designs.
Yeah.
So in terms of chief technology officer, you're not talking specifically programmers. You're talking the person who makes the technology designs and can have conversations about technology with big investors or whoever, whoever. That would definitely be me. I would be on the form as the CTO, Nick Grable, Chief Technology Officer. I wouldn't necessarily go down as the CEO because that's a different job and it's a full-time job, but it's not on your list anyway. I would, it's my company, I own it, all the intellectual property, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for sharing all that information with me. You ticked all the boxes that I needed to be ticked in terms of the type of projects the Innovate UK are looking to fund, right?
Good.
So I'm going to tell you what as much as I can in the next 3 minutes.
Yep.
About everything you need to know about the Innovate UK Smart Grant. If we run out of time, what we would do is book in another call for potentially sometime this week so we can go through everything.
Well, listen, my man.
Yeah.
Those 3 magic words you just said, or 5 or 6, whatever they were, we'll book in some time later this week. That was what I wanted to achieve today. And even with the flu and laying in bed. High five. You can see me, right?
No, I cannot see you.
You can't see me?
No, your camera's not on.
Oh, man.
Camera's not on. I'm not sure what's going on now.
Can you see, is it on now?
No, it isn't. But you know what? We've got only 2 minutes.
Okay,
so
go.
Everything. Maybe on the next call we can get
to
see. But so with the Smart Grant, it's one of the best grants that's available right now, as you can get funding of up to £500,000 in project costs to achieve your goals. It's been going on for the past 25 years, and they're giving away over £100 million annually, but on a quarterly basis, so it's always 25 million. Major criteria are that you must be a UK registered company that's looking to innovate some form of technology to solve a significant problem in your industry, and also the R&D must take place in the UK as well, right? So from that point forward, that's what makes you eligible for the grants. Now, it's a UK government-backed scheme, which means the UK government is going to cover only 70% of your project cost.
Hence the 350.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and that's 0% equity, 0% repayments, completely free money from the UK government to get your project ready for
Yeah,
commercialization.
yeah, 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 yeah. Apart from it has to be a UK company, but that's fine.
Yeah, it has
It's,
to be UK
but
company. So,
it was we've already I dealt with this in the paperwork. It's fine.
okay, fantastic. So the next round is opening on the 19th of January, right?
Okay,
But it
so
will,
soon.
soon, very soon it opens, and early applications are always more successful as well. So we
Yeah.
encourage every single one of our clients to be one of the first ones to submit. Okay, and that's because they mark the applications chronologically. Okay, now you can apply by yourself via the government website, but it's a very convoluted process. If you
Hey,
go
look,
to
you guys brought me in. I'm not going to suddenly go to them direct. It's not the way I deal.
fair enough. Okay, so I'll tell you exactly how it works with us, right? So normally, if you try to do it
What's
this
your
way,
take, just out of?
yeah, so it depends on the package, right? We got different packages. If you wanted a dedicated grant writer to assist you, right, with the entire writing of the application itself,
Okay, I see.
you're looking at a good £10,000 for that package, right? But
Out
there's a
out of the 350 or up front?
no, upfront, £10,000, and then 3.5% upon success. Now that's the most expensive package that we offer, and only CEOs that don't have time to use our platform go for that package. Now the other package is called the Gold package, where we provide you with login details to an AI platform that we've built that expedites the application process for you, right? So you can get it done in a matter of 3 to 5 days. So what we do on the platform is we provide you with template answers from successful grants that we've won, as well as guidance for each and every single question. So you would be using the template answers as well as the guidance to build your own answers on our platform. You provide us with the core information of your project. You then get 5 support team members to take it from there. You get a grant specialist, an account manager, a copywriter, as well as 2 proofreaders. They make edits, changes, suggestions for changes to the entire application before sending you the final copy to submit to the Innovate UK website. Now that package is $1995 to get started, and then a second $1995 30 days later, and then 3.5% upon success. Okay?
3.5% of the 350.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And that's the gold package. So it all depends on how much time you have. If you can spend 3 to 5 full days, then I would suggest the gold package. If not, then the platinum. It all depends on your budget as well. Okay. Let me send you an email summary. Let's book in a time, because I think what you should see is the platform first. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
make it
Yeah, it's
better.
just if things have got to go quickly, I would need to do some shuffling around of money
Yeah,
relatively
that's fine.
quickly. I've got some money over in that's just come over from a booking that I could potentially use.
Yeah,
That's liquid.
yeah.
But it's in South Africa, and I've got to speak to the company, get it sent over here, etc., etc., etc. So, but yeah,
That's
let's
absolutely.
look at the system
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it
in
from
a
there.
follow up meeting, and we'll go from there. Will it be with you?
Yep, absolutely. It
Awesome.
will be with me as well. So let's do this. Let's look at the calendars. Are you available on Thursday morning or Friday? What works best for you?
Mornings are. I got so much stuff going on in the mornings that I could be distracted.
Okay.
Whereas the
Let's,
afternoons are better. But I mean, what have you not got anything?
I've got. It depends. So on when would you suggest? When were you gonna suggest?
Well, look, Thursday or Friday is okay with
Okay.
me if
Yeah.
it's in the afternoon.
Yeah. Friday we can do around 4 p.m. Does
Yeah,
that
let's
work
do
well?
that.
Yep. Okay. All right. I'll send you an invite right now because I do have to shoot off because I have
Yeah,
another.
no. You give me 3 extra minutes already, man. It's all good. It's all good.
Let's catch up and look out for my email as well because I will send you an email summary, right, of everything we've just gone through. Go through that email because there's a lot we haven't gone through right now. But
Yeah. No, I'll
we'll,
go for it.
yeah, okay, fantastic. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Nick.
Yeah. And
I
give
look,
my give my love to the children. Yeah.
yeah, we will do for sure, for sure. All right, Nick.
Okay. Good luck with your next meeting.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye bye.
Of course, it costs money now. Why Why did I think it would be different? But definitely worth seeing what they've got, and it was interesting to see that I got past the first assessment with flying colours. But then if I'm paying, yeah, look, he's giving his time. That was not something. He's doing basically what I do with clients with villas, is find out what their budget is. If they got a high budget, very much worth pursuing it. If they've got a very low budget, send it on to the individual property management companies. Okay, I'm going to leave now with this video, and yeah, interesting. I certainly don't have £4,000 to spend on it, but you know, we'll see. Okay, bye bye.